It's time to talk about the thing that has the entire Juice WRLD community shook to a core, and that is Lil Bibby himself coming out and saying that The Outsiders was going to release. Now, I'm just going to talk about my personal opinions on the matter, what I want to see, what everybody else is talking about, just to clear that up. And so, first things first, we have to address the obvious elephant in the room, and that is the tracks that have already been released, that are on the album but have already been released on Juice's posthumous albums, such as Fighting Demons and Legends Never Die, like Burn, Righteous, Sometimes Go Hard. Tracks like that have already been released, and a lot of people are pissed about it. We have already seen these songs. We want more songs. We want new songs, and I get it. But the thing that we have to think about is how Juice had a plan for this album. He had a story, a line where basically he was going to die. He was going to kill himself, and then slowly but surely he would get better, and then by the end of the album he would have found help and he would have been okay. And that was the story that he basically was trying to tell, with each track at the beginning of the album getting darker and until he kills himself and from the drugs. And a lot of people miss that it's basically an album about falling down and then getting back up and getting better. And honestly, if we replace the tracks that have already been released with new tracks, I feel like we would just completely ignore that that's the theme of the album and lose that personal connection that we have if we listen to the album as it is. And I feel like that personal connection means a lot to some Juice WRLD fans. I know it does to me, because I get a personal connection with most of his songs, and that's why I love him. And I feel like if we just ignore that, then it's not going to turn out exactly how we want, and then we might as well just get another Party Never Ends album with a bunch of tracks that we want instead of The Outsiders. But we got The Outsiders, or we got news about The Outsiders, and not another Party Never Ends album. And I get it, people want certain tracks, people want certain songs, and that's okay. I'm not saying they can't have that, but we are already getting the Party Never Ends Deluxe whenever Lil Bibby actually decides to tell the truth and tell us when it's going to come out. It's Lil Bibby we're talking about. I don't know if it's ever going to come out, but we are already getting the Party Never Ends with tracks that we want released. And I feel like we're just being greedy at this point, where we just are asking for some tracks, but we aren't asking for that personal connection that earlier Juice had with fans. And take Goodbye and Good Riddance, for example. That album has a personal connection with some of his fans, or I would hope most of his fans. And I want that, because it means a lot, and it means more than just a bunch of tracks that I want, because I can just listen to the unreleased versions of that. And we don't, at least I don't know, I think that Allie might be lying about the tracks that were on there, because she said herself that Juice WRLD has notes in his notes app about the tracks that he wants released on the album. And it's Allie we're talking about. I sort of like Lil Bibby, Grade A, Allie, all of the people who are the only people who can give us Juice WRLD news. We can't trust them for shit. So we can't trust them. And so we just have to pray that Allie's actually telling the truth, and this is the official track list for The Outsiders. And if it's not, and there's even more unreleased tracks that are replacing those that have already been released, then that's going to be good. And I feel like they wouldn't take that approach if they didn't know that the track list was going to be different, because I feel like they want money, I get it, but I feel like they wouldn't just do that for money or for streams or whatever, because Lil Bibby wants money. But I don't know, dude, it's so confusing. But I'm holding out hope that this is the track list we are getting, because I want that personal story, and I want Juice WRLD to tell it out of anybody. The GOAT has to tell his story, guys. So we just have to hold out hope. That I know a lot of people are mad about it, but personally I see it as a good thing that this is going to be the songs that are on the album. And another thing that about this album that I don't want at all is posthumous features. I don't know why that took me a long time to think about that, but I don't want random artists hopping on songs that have a personal connection with, because if we're taking a personal song, Juice telling his story, and then we just throw on a random feature just for streams or whatever on the song, then it's just gonna lose its personal meaning. And then we might as well just have another party in the Rams album. I know I keep on saying that, but that's exactly how I feel if we just completely ignore the original track list and just get random features. I get it, there are some features on there. I know the kid Leroy is on Unexplainable, and so I'm not saying there should be no features at all, but I don't want posthumous features, ones that don't even mean anything to the actual album itself. And I feel like we have to keep that raw version of the album for it to be the best it can be. But at the end of the day, this is all my opinion. I hope we get a good album. I hope we get that story. I hope we get the song that everybody wants on there. And I hope that Lil Bibby isn't lying to us, because if he is, then honestly, I'm not going to be surprised. So if the album doesn't come out, will I be mad? No, because I won't be surprised at all. But that's just me. If you have a different opinion, then don't hesitate to put it down in the comments below. I love hearing what y'all have to say. Shout outs go to JWNCK World Music, go to Juice World, EditsDeJuiceuice, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Impulse, and Juice I Don't Know. This is my second family, man. Their channels will be in the description if you guys want to go check them out and go show some love. And I hope y'all had a good time, and I'll see y'all later.